In this video, John Lee Dumas of Entrepreneur on Fire is going to teach you how his podcast led him to earn $200,000 a month with affiliate marketing, his Podcasters Paradise Mastermind group. He is an absolute entrepreneur on fire, and he's going to share with you his hacks for success. Hey everybody, and welcome to 10-Minute Hacks from the Best Marketing Minds. I am thrilled today. I've got a bit of a treat for you. John Lee Dumas, Entrepreneur on Fire. How are you, John?
I'm fired up to be here.
You're always fired up. It's amazing. John, I'm going to dive right in. What marketing method did you use to make your very first sale online as an entrepreneur?
It was webinars. It was webinars all the way, all day. And I actually still live by the quotes. And this is from 2013, from that first sale, all the way to 2017. Sales happen on live webinars. I believe it. And that can be a Facebook Live, by the way. It can be this, can be that, but they happen live.
Why do you think that is?
It's the engagements that you can actually, people just feel like you're there in the moment. It's real. It's an event. I can remove barriers. Like you might have a question, Michael. I might be able to answer that question, remove a barrier. And at the same time, just acknowledge you as a person. So that people aren't thinking like, oh, is this stale bread? Like walking down the aisle in the supermarket. No, you're watching the bread being made right in front of you. That's the best gosh darn piece of bread you've ever had in your life. That's what live is. That's what a live webinar is. That's what a Facebook Live is. That's what, even Snapchat, it's 24 hours. It's right there. I mean, people realize, they recognize that you're getting a window, not something that I recorded, back in 2013, but something that I'm recording right now today, that this is relevant, this is present. And it takes away one of the biggest psychological barriers by far, which is, am I going to look foolish by buying this? Like, am I going to buy this? And then someone would be like, you bought that? Like that was irrelevant 3 years ago. Like that's what people are afraid of. But
right.
Is there that like and trust, that's delivering it to you live in person right then. Never going to beat it. Remove those barriers, answer those questions, connect with them one-on-one. I can be like, Michael, you're from Boston. How about them Boston Celtics, right? Like they lost to Cleveland last night, but they're still good. And I know you're not from Boston, but I mean, that's of like what could happen on a live event, live webinar.
Yeah. And there's nothing worse than a fake live webinar.
Yeah. There's people, by the way, that I really know and like a lot and have mentored me before. They're always striving to get these evergreen webinars set up and to have these, live webinars. And listen, every single attendee is trying to figure out if you're full of BS. They will figure out if you're full of BS, if you come up with fake questions, if you're having this, because then, I have people that love emailing me. They say, hey, John, like I will in the chat room, I'll be like, this is live, like, unless if it's not like, say the color red, and like, they'll do all these silly things because they want to catch the person in action. And so it takes that person from being somebody who's there to learn and to connect with you to somebody that's, now trying to like figure you out and to call you out in a way. And that's just not what you want to do. So listen, I have recorded webinars, but it's very clear. It's like I do my webinars when I start off, I'm like, hey, it is May 18th, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For you right now, then you're all in live. If, by the way, you're watching this later on a recorded webinar, thanks for joining. Hope you get some value. I'm going to have a live Q&A for people that are here. Let's crush it. Let's rock it. But, it's never pretend. It's always like, this is live now. But if it's not, it's not. Because
it's not.
I'm giving the time. I'm being clear.
Right. Fantastic. What's your favorite platform for generating traffic, driving leads, and getting people to fill out these webinars?
Podcasting by a long shot. I mean, podcasting is just this form, this medium, and of course I'm prejudiced. It allows you to have somebody's ear, for 20, 25, 45. If you're Joe Rogan, 3 hours, and it just allows you to build this know, like, and trust, which is so hard to get this day and age. But podcasting, you listen to somebody for 25 minutes, someone's going to watch this interview right here, and their trust is going to go up for both me and you because we're hanging out. We're just doing our thing. We're trying to deliver as much value as possible. Some of it's going to click with some people, some of it's not, but whatever, like we're spending valuable time. And then if you give a call to action at the end and you're like, hey, listen, these are the kind of things that I do on my webinars that are live, go check it out. Go to this link, eofire.com/webinar. That's a made up link, by the way, but something like that. And like, you can sign up for the next webinar and boom, like you're going to have that just qualified lead, not somebody that's just kind of scrolling through the endless Facebook newsfeed that says, oh, that looks interesting. And they click on it and they register. Okay, that's a registration. I do that, by the way. I have Facebook ads and I do all of those things because they work, but never to the level of like a podcast lead that, by the way, is free and is so much more connected to you and your brands.
So what advice would you give to an entrepreneur who's just getting started online, or a marketer who's just getting started?
Niche your flippin' face off. I mean, seriously, like if you think you're going to come out with like a daily podcast interviewing successful entrepreneurs, like you're not going to have the same kind of success that I had doing it back in 2012 when I did that, and I had a land grab, and I've done 1,700 episodes, and been able to build up a name and a brand and a reputation and all those things. Like, you need to be doing something different. Like, what are you bringing to this world that's unique? And people are just like, well, podcasting's been done, or this has been done. I'm like, well, nothing's ever been done completely. Like, you can niche, your flipping face off down into something in podcasting world and absolutely crush it, or wait for the next thing. And I think a great example, when you and I are talking right now, messenger bots on Facebook, like that's all the rage right now. And, there are smart people that miss Snapchat, that missed Facebook Live, that missed all those things for any number of reasons, or just swung and missed. Maybe they even tried, but now they said, wow, messenger bots, I'm going all in on this. And they're just going all in, and they're becoming the influencers and the authorities. The people like me who have the money, but not the time, are now paying them so I can learn it quickly, implement it into my systems and my teams. And they're becoming the JLD of podcasting for messenger bots. They're becoming that person. And that's really exciting. And there's always something else coming. Like, messenger bots is going to come and go, or it's going to, flatten out, or it's going to have its course, whatever ends up happening, who knows, but there's going to be something else a month from now, a year from now. So be patient, wait, but then pounce when that time is right. But whatever it is you're doing, niche your flipping face off.
Absolutely. What's the number one marketing hack that you use that defeats everything else you do?
Transparency, just being honest, just being me. That's why for 45 months now, I've published income reports where I've shown all the money that I make, how I make it, all the money that I spend, how I spend it. My CPA comes on these income reports and drops a value bomb in the CPA world. My lawyer comes on and drops a legal bomb. Like, just being transparent to my business about all of my wins, but even sometimes more importantly, like my losses and where I struggle and where I fail on a very, very consistent basis, so that people can realize that, hey, JLD has a couple huge wins, EO Fire, Podcasters Paradise, the journals, the this, the that, huge wins. But, the losses, the failures are way outnumber those. But, you don't hear about them as much because I talk about them. But then, we move on and we drive forward, and we focus on what's working, not what's not.
Right. And it's interesting because the failures are great at informing and helping people to avoid those failures. But the successes is really what people are going to remember you for.
That's it. It's the wins. And that's, I'm not going to get into it now because you didn't ask, but that's seriously why, like, I'm writing my current book, because it's all about the win.
I'm looking forward to hearing more about this. So you brought this up a moment ago. The game is always changing. There's always things on the front end. There's AI, there's bots. What are you going to be focusing on educating yourself about in 2017, 2018 and beyond?
Messenger bots is definitely something that I want to educate myself on, because I do think that's a huge opportunity, but it has to be done right. It can't be this invasion of privacy. It can't be this spamming. Like, there's going to be a lot of people that do it wrong. So I'm going to try to be one of the people that do it right by, again, just being transparent, to go back to, 2 questions ago, where I'm not pretending that I'm JLD having a conversation with you in your Facebook message.
Right.
For people that, might or might not know how much they know about bots, but essentially bots is like having an automated conversation in your Facebook Messenger Messenger in your Facebook Messenger app, which, by the way, is like amazing. And I'm getting incredible, like 80% open rates, 35% click-through rates, which is insane. Like, you have to go back to like 1999 with Gary Vaynerchuk sending out wine emails to get those kind of numbers. Literally, like, email marketing is important, but it's a shadow of what it was, 15, 10, even 5 years ago. Like, it's just, it's getting to the point where it's just overload for a lot of people right now. So it needs to be part of your game plan, email marketing. But when things like Facebook Messenger bots comes out, like that's something that I'm interested in. And I want to learn how to have a real honest conversation with people that says, hey, this is the JLD bot. JLD is busy dropping value bombs somewhere else, but let's see if I can add some value to you here. Like, can I give you a 30-day free copy of the Freedom Journal? Can I, give you this? Can I help you out with that? Can I ask you, like anything? Like, there's a lot of things that I can do so that right now when we're talking and, instead of the hundreds of messages that I get every single day on Facebook that just go unanswered because I can't answer them all and I don't want other people trying to answer them for me, I can set up a system in place where I can start actually communicating with people, in a leveraged and scalable manner.
That's fantastic. Yeah, bots are amazing. What marketer, JLD, inspired you the most? Like, who's the person that just is that person you look up to?
Russell Brunson. I don't agree with everything that he does. I mean, I think he really takes things to the limit, which I appreciate because I learned from that. Like his most recent promotion with Expert Secrets. It was really interesting. I was actually the number 2 overall affiliate. I'm talking like Tony Robbins was below me, Amy Porterfield, Ty Lopez, Jim Edwards, a bunch of huge marketers. And I actually was number 1 all 21 days of that promotion and I was just to basically give away his book to as many people. The very last day, this dude came out of nowhere and didn't come out of nowhere, but he passed me on the very last day by paying people $20 to get the book, which is totally
to get it over. Right.
Yeah, totally fine. We won't get into details as to why I didn't do it because it's a longer conversation, but I would never reward my later acting audience more than I would reward my early actors. I think that's a bad idea.
Right. It alienates people.
Russell
yeah. So why Russell Brunson? What about Russell?
Pushes things to the limits. Again, like you go through that ClickFunnels, like you get a free, you pay $7, you get the book Expert Secrets shipped to you. And then you just go through this funnel that like, you literally almost want to pull your hair out because like, there's like upsells, there's upsell to the upsell. And then finally, when you stop buying stuff, then he just downsells you all the way down. Then you get like an email the next day that's just like, oh, I think you might listen to things in your cart. And he does everything. And what I love is that he tests everything. It's not just like spamming and just spraying and praying. Like everything's analytical, everything's tested. What doesn't work, he changes, he adjusts, he takes out of the equation. What makes people too pissed off, he changes. But what makes people just frustrated enough that they might actually buy something else, he kind of keeps in. So he's always testing the limits. And again, not how I want to run my business, but I can learn a lot from that and maybe say, hey, maybe the 25 or 40% solution of what Russell's doing, I can implement into how I want Fire Nation to go through a process. Because, I want to offer you an upsell and then a downsell and, and I want it to be done in a right way. So I think that he knows how to just squeeze the most revenue out of every single transaction possible. Because I think 99% of us, myself included, leave a lot of money on the table with every transaction that happens with our business.
John, you're an incredibly busy man. I know you got to go. Last question for you. What's your favorite marketing app, book, or program?
There's a tool that definitely does save me a lot of time. It's called Meet Edgar. And what Meet Edgar really allows you to do is just kind of set up this kind of library of tweets, Facebook posts, Instagram posts, and really kind of allow you to track which ones work, which ones don't. Because when you produce a great piece of content in February, there's no reason why you can't bring it back in October because a lot of time has gone by. You have a lot more subscribers. You've had a lot of churn, et cetera. So there's no reason why you should just have this one and done mentality for everything that you do. And a tool like Meet Edgar really allows you to build up a great library that can help you just kind of scale and leverage your time in a very effective way.
That's fantastic, John. Tell our listeners how they can find you.
All the magic happens at eofire.com. That's our website. We have free courses galore. We have free courses on podcasting, webinars, goal setting, funnels. They're all, by the way, amazing funnels in and of themselves that you should study and implement into your own business because that's how I make a lot of money.
John, you're the man. Thank you so much for joining us today and 10-minute hacks, and we'll talk to you soon.
It was a blast. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks.